Hello everybody, my name is Anthony, welcome back to Let's Play Hearthstone 4 Black Ice as France. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, before we begin, the game did update to version 1.7, it's on Steam at the moment, but unfortunately, I'm not able to play it because it immediately crashes the save game. So, we have to be playing on the old 1.6.2, unfortunately. But we can just, continue on here. As far as I know, it didn't really add that much. I mean, there were some AI improvements, but, you know, they always say there's AI improvements. And does that really actually ever fix anything? Ignore this for now. Modify the government. What can we do? We have 95 political power. Again, we can increase the age bracket. Political power gain goes down a little bit. We get a little bit more recruitable population, but does that really matter right now? Our max cap is 3.7. We're at 3.1, so we're not even completely recruited at the moment, so I don't think it's actually necessary to keep going with that. We can ignore that for now. Decision available, which is a lot. Oh, the nation building. Let's just, you know, help out our allies in Africa. Morocco. Can we just do all of them? Oh, we can. Fantastic. Let's do that then. We're going to be losing 2.5 or 2.25 political power a day. Should have thought about that one, but too late now. We can recall our trainers from... Like, does this support them? I mean, we're spending 25 command points for experience. I mean, let's just do it. I mean, why not? I don't know really what it does. But maybe it's what the AI historically did. Or I guess what France historically did, not the AI. So, do we know? So, the Germans are going for the anti-Comintern Pact. Italy is doing something that we do not know about. The Spanish Republicans are getting absolutely demolished. No surprise there. Yeah, let's go back down to speed 4 for a moment. We got an election in May 1940, but I'm going to take a guess and say we'll probably be at war by 1940, so it's hard to say. So, where do we want to go down this tree? Well, I still want to get us up to 40 stability so we can support Bloom. Because he's got, like, look at all these positive modifiers this dude has. Like, there's so many good ones. So we're going to go basically support Bloom, and then we're going to go with Britain. We can also do French intervention, but I don't... Britain will maybe refuse an alliance. Oh, well, okay. Then we'll go straight for go with Britain. I don't think... Can they kick us out of the faction after we go with them? I'm not too sure. Okay, so we have some basic oil refineries now. Your 1937 tech. So we'll wait until... Well, it's October right now. So maybe we do want to just go with that. Rocket boosters. Rocket artillery, mobile rocket artillery. You are air chief cost. And we can't go down this tree, right? Oh, no, we can now. Oh, no, but it's still extremely expensive. Because we're the victors of the Great War. Okay. So basically, don't do any of those quite yet. We're going to be so behind on Doctrine, but... You know, that's just kind of how it is. We have better tanks. So I think we should immediately start building you. I know they want us to have cavalry tanks, so I guess we'll just research some of those. So the 1936 tanks. I think that should be a-okay. Yeah, manpower is still low, but again, we're not at war, so I'm not too concerned about it. So nation building actually, what does the nation building do? It just gives them conservative support, liberal support, social democrat support, and construction speed and stability. Not really that useful, all things considered. The anti-Comintern Pact. Is there like a reason? I mean... So, I don't want to back the Germans. Because I don't know if does this really do anything? I'm going to refuse. I don't want to give the Germans any support, but... You know, is there a way I can tell, like, who actually joined? Allied Anger 1. Okay, I don't know what that means. I'm assuming maybe that's the AI getting more ready to go to war. Like, the angrier the allies are, the more likely they're actually going to try to stop the Germans. That's my best guess, at least. Is there anything we can do here? Request land production, create faction, lend lease. Nothing really that we can do. Still got a handful of German troops on the border. We also got the Italians down here. I mean, we got Switzerland. Ignore them, because I'm pretty sure the Swiss are not going to do anything at all this entire game. I'm not too concerned. I'm also going to ignore the Spanish for now, because I really also don't think it really matters what happens there. I wish they would offer or ask for support. Then maybe I can actually get something done, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so we're going to get the armament program. Do we want to go down in colonial investments? That's construction, that's the infrastructure speed though, which isn't actually that great. Adds max infrastructure in 4 provinces. 5 free civilian factories though is pretty good. An extra research law is also pretty good. Develop Algeria. Algeria gets... I mean, that's 4 military factories, but we own Algeria. Which wouldn't be that bad. That requires us to get the vanilla agreement. A lot of territory bonuses for Syria and Lebanon. 2 building slots, 2 armored vehicle factories. Where do we... Like, we're definitely looking somewhere over here. Like, this is going to get our guns to be a lot cheaper, which is going to be quite nice. The 5 free civilian factories, though, is looking pretty good. Especially with the max infrastructure and the research slot. I think these are the 3 we're going to go for next. And then probably go for develop Morocco. And then develop Algeria. Just so we get the 4 extra military factories. Because our military factories are somewhat lacking, I would say. I'm going to hold off for a few days. Just so hospital power doesn't go down as quickly. Ah, screw it. Whatever. Who cares? Let's get the railroad company. Again, I probably should not have tried to boost every single colonial nation I have. Because, you know, there are quite a few. I have 5 little countries that are part of my faction. Got the Italians down here. How are the Italians doing in Ethiopia? They're doing pretty alright. So you get 12, 13 divisions. Pretty sure, yeah, you're just going to lose. I mean, you're probably taking more. How many Italians have you killed? Only 4,000. Okay, well, never mind. I thought maybe you would have done a little bit more. But that's definitely not the case, as you can tell. Yeah, manpower's still low, but are these troops that we're training? No, they still got a long way to go. 1 division's almost ready, but that's not saying much. We'll just deploy them down here, so they'll be like somewhat close to the front line. Look how big, like these guys can support. Oh, well, yeah. Like, these guys can support 60 divisions, 24, 60. Like, how come they can have so many men in their armies? Like, how do they have... Like, their command power is so high. Commanding too many divisions will reduce all positive traits of the commander. Well, he's also got, like, some good, things here as well. Like, why can he support so many? I don't understand. So blue is the army that's defending here. I think having a defensive general would probably be actually, like, okay. Oh, but he's only got 20 here. Why did his command go so far down? I'm not too sure. Cautious, defense doctrine. I have no idea. Attack +3, out of supply. But now his has gone down too. I don't really understand why or how these things work. Okay, now we've got back up to 24. You're all at 20. Get the Gaul in here. There we go. I have no idea why the numbers went down for some of these people. Maybe it's very obvious and I'm just like blind, which is probably actually the case. So it is almost 1937. Efficiency cap and base going up by a decent amount. Sounds pretty good. Factory repair speed. That would be more useful once war actually begins. I mean, we're going to still research it because those are some nice bonuses. But the repair isn't that important. Fuel gain from refineries. Coal liquidators. Okay. I'm going to go down this one. Get the improved machine tools. And for my factories, You're building a military factories. Can we start building oil? Fuel gain from refineries plus 48. Unless oil, do you need oil to build any units? Okay, so oil no longer actually is necessary to build the troops. It's only necessary to fuel them. Either way, I think that's important. Fuel silo. You cost 17,000. That's so expensive. Holy hell. What else we got here? We got a recruitment center. Weekly manpower goes up by 100. That's relatively cheap. Uniform factory. Each factory reduces the level of attrition your land forces take. Each factory reduces the production cost of all these nice things. Okay. So that's what those do. Probably should have been looking at this a little bit earlier. Rubber storage, nuclear reactors, synthetic rubber refineries, steel mill. I'm going to build one of these. Build one like Brittany, just far away from everything else. How much were they expensive? They're 3,200. A military factory is like a lot more. So you know what? Build two of them. So you can only have one per province. Okay, fair enough. So we're going to build them way up here in the north. I just basically want them as far away as from the Germans as humanly possible. Unbuildable research supply depots. A police station. That doesn't matter until we actually take territory. Anti-air guns. A light aircraft factory. Okay. I think that's fine for now. Again, those things that make things cheaper are relatively cheap themselves, which is, I would say, pretty nice. Magazine fort raid, the IRA, yada yada yada. It does not matter to me at all. So we are going to get, well, what's the infrastructure in these provinces right now? Like in Ile-de-France, infrastructure is 8 out of 7. So I'm not too sure how much that's actually going to prove out of 8 out of 7. Calais, Alsace. Well, you're at max. So I don't know what this does, because all those territories already seem like they have max infrastructure. So is it going to get actually nothing done? That's entirely possible. Belgium won't let me... Belgium won't join the faction. Like, they're never going to do it. Belgium is a social democracy and needs 100% support, or 100% world attention to join factions. Well, it sucks for you, because I don't think you understand what's coming. You know, we got less than 3 years, probably, until war breaks out across Europe, and you should probably, probably side with the French. We know what we're doing. To some capacity. So, the next level of rifles gets unlocked in 39. You're 38 tech, so you're a little bit too ahead of time. Amphibious warfare equipment. And probably not necessary, I would say. We can upgrade our light vehicles, because I know we're building some cars, and some of the troops need them. Also, 4-hour production. Can I upgrade these rifles? Because we're getting pre-war infantry equipment. You're 1, you're 2. Are you actually, are you worse? I can't tell. Which one are you? The darn machine gun. Obsolete rifles. Maybe this actually is up to date. No, okay, no, that's the exact same picture. I'm just dumb. I'm just not a very smart man. Okay. So our logistics are still looking pretty bad. We have a very low supply of horse artillery. One ruler, one light artillery, basic heavy artillery. Where are the horse artillery? I think they were way down here. Horse artillery transport. So we're going to need more of those because we're very, very low on that. We need a lot of factories. Again, I don't even know what these cannons actually do. I mean, we're building them, but they're not really used for anything in particular as far as I can tell, at least at the moment. Okay, I'm going to rename these. So this is the European theater. And this is the colonial theaters. There we go. The colonial theater is the European theater. So who are we going to be at war with? We're going to be... keep the game running, obviously. We're going to be at war with the Germans and the Italians, obviously. So we're going to move troops from Tunisia into Libya. Troops over... Oh, I guess we're also going to be at war with the Japanese, too. So these troops are going to have to somehow... somehow defend against the Japanese. Turkey demands Hatay's independence, which is this province right here. They will take action if France does not give it... You know what? Sure. I don't care. Hatay state. They also get that weird symbol. Nationalism, socialism, main fundamentals of the sure, why not? I mean, that's what happened historically. Turkey can have it. I do not care. I'm not going to go Turkey over a single province in Syria. I mean, you could probably make the argument that it might be good to take over Turkey, have them, you know, on our side, but 24 to 41 divisions is definitely not worth the hassle, I would say. Because they went like, I don't need to deplete troops. I don't need to deplete equipment when there's clearly a much bigger threat literally on the doorstep of our country. And potentially also the Spanish. I mean, they do have a thing down here where they can ally the Germans. It really depends, though. They can go for the monarchist takeover. If the monarchy takes over, then they'll actually perhaps join the Allies, which would be good for us, obviously, because we are going to be joining the Allies ourselves. How many ships do we have? We have 145 ships. Germans at 41, 45. You are at 250, roughly. So, Germany should not be a threat navally. Italy, how about you? You have a lot more, like 3 times more ships than the Germans, but again, I'm not too worried about Italian posturings necessarily. They'll probably, you know, reduce any kind of equipment movement through the Mediterranean. That is almost a certainty, but am I worried about that? The answer is no. I'm not really worried about Italy. I mean, these are completely like super mountainous territories. It wouldn't hurt to put bunkers there, though. If I had more civilian factories, if I had more factories in general, it would probably be nice to put some land forts there. Pillbox defenses. What's up between that and a land fort? Attack from multiple directions. Attacking from multiple directions reduces the pillbox reduce effect. Only 1 level of pillbox. Okay, so you can only do that once. It's cheap, but there's only 1 level. And it's probably worth having over the entirety of the Italian border. I know it's going to be expensive. We definitely don't have enough factories to really deal with that. Well, when will this be done? This will be done in February. Which honestly is not that long. We have so many things hitting 46 factories in the consumer goods. Holy hell. And that's with early mobilization too. Is there any way... export focus, average tariffs, foreign investors tolerated. Like, we're not even on civilian economy anymore. Partial mobilization 25, war economy goes down to 20. I'm guessing this also reduces no, this actually has no effect on civilian factories, which is odd. You think it definitely would. Do you affect it? Consumer factory goods, tolerated, encouraged. I don't know, actually. Either way, I think it's going to be a good time to end this episode. Thanks everybody for watching. If you've enjoyed, remember to thumbs up. Now, do I can always thumb down. Watch more, subscribe, and goodbye.